positioned to gain a clear view of the fires in the parking area. Fires pose a threat to anything nearby as they can spread and cause injuries or vehicle damage. Some fires are particularly dangerous as they can explode if left unattended for too long. Deploy a water tender to put out the fires in the parking lot. It's your primary firefighting vehicle capable of operating even without a water supply.
Heading to operational area.
Well done. Now it's time to take action and extinguish the fire.
Awaiting instruction. Got it.
Good job. You've completed your first objective. Remember, you need to complete all objectives to resolve the emergency. Your shift will end when there are no more emergencies left to handle.
Will do.
This isn't your unit.
Be advised, unattended fires intensify and become increasingly dangerous over time.
Listening. Understood.
Parking area is now clear. Excellent work. Chaos is a critical factor in your operations. It represents the level of disorder and challenges you face during your shift. Keep an eye on the chaos meter displayed in the top right corner. If it exceeds the threshold for too long, you risk failing the shift. Keep in mind that each active objective contributes to the chaos level. Successfully completing objectives helps reduce chaos and brings you closer to a successful outcome. A bystander has been injured. He will need an ambulance to be treated at the scene and safely transported to a hospital. The ambulance is a transport vehicle for paramedics and injured individuals. Paramedics can bring stabilized patients to the ambulance for safe transportation. Additionally, paramedics have the ability to stabilize individuals with minor injuries. Unload the paramedic and assign him to the injured person. Once the patient is stable, the paramedic will bring them to the ambulance for transport.
Task completed. Task completed.
The patient is ready for transfer. Send the ambulance back to finish the objective.
Ready. Returning to base.
Your teammates are reporting people trapped on top of the building. You will need to send in a ladder truck so firefighters can reach them. We've got a problem. Bystanders are obstructing the path of the ladder truck. You need to address this by deploying police officers to handle the situation and clear the way for the ladder truck to proceed.
On the move. Arrived at destination. Awaiting instructions.
Awaiting instructions. Got it.
Dealing with groups of bystanders is optional, but it's recommended to address their presence. They can get injured by hazards like fires and hinder the efficiency of our units. Good news.
Completed.
The path is now clear. You have clearance to deploy the ladder truck and proceed with the rescue operation.
On the move. Can't do... Listening. Crew, return.
The ladder truck is in position. Now give the order to extend the ladder.
Awaiting instructions. Got it.
Your teammates' firefighters have been notified and are on their way. The patient's injuries are too major for immediate transport. Paramedics can handle minor injuries while doctors are needed for major and critical cases. Remember, if left untreated, patients may deteriorate over time, progressing from having minor to major and eventually critical injuries. One of your teammates is sending a doctor to take care of the person with major injuries. You should get an ambulance ready for transport.
Heading to operational area. On the scene.
You don't have to wait for a doctor to stabilize the patient. Your paramedic can take over as soon as their condition changes to minor.
This isn't your unit.
Task completed. Task completed.
Returning to base.
Deploy all available firefighting units to the hotel. The fire is still not under control and the building is at risk.
Heading to operational area. On the move. Arrived at destination. Unable to Understood. Unable to Got it. Will do. Listening. Understood. Task completed. Returning to...
Great job.
Returning to base.
Thanks to your help, the situation is under control. A successful first operation. New orders received. We've just received a distress call regarding a car accident at a charging station. It has caused a dangerous electrical fault at the site. There's a person trapped inside the vehicle. Your firefighters are equipped to handle the situation. Dispatch a fire truck to the scene.
Heading to operational area. On the scene.
Listen.
Give the order for both your firefighters to proceed with the extraction. Exercise caution when approaching. The electrical discharge can potentially damage your units and ignite nearby objects. Excellent work on the extraction. One of your teammates' doctors is en route to provide medical assistance.
Heading to operational area. On the scene.
Listening.
This isn't your unit.
Your teammate's doctor cannot proceed with treatment due to a nearby fire. Reposition your fire truck at a water source to be able to extinguish the fire with your firefighters.
Awaiting instructions. Listening. Crew, returning to base. Listening.
Ready. Entering vehicle. Awaiting. Returning to vehicle. Ready. Entering vehicle. Ready. Returning.
Ready. Await. Vehicle on the move. Entering the danger zone.
Your fire truck is now connected to a water supply. Give your firefighters the order to extinguish the fire.
Entering danger zone.
Well done. Keep your firefighters stationed nearby until the electrical fault is resolved. You can cool down any objects at risk of ignition. Call in an engineer to initiate repairs on the charging station.
Heading to operational area. Arrived.
Awaiting instruction. Will do.
Treat the individual you rescued and return them to safety to conclude the emergency. There is no room. Free up a slot by sending back vehicles you don't need at the moment.
Vehicle on the move. Can't. Listening. Recall. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions. Awaiting instructions. Heading to operational area.
Your paramedic can administer painkillers to quickly alleviate minor injuries.
Using special skill. Got it. Task completed. Task completed.
Listening. Returning to base. Ready. Returning to base.
Emergency resolved. Excellent work. Alert. A gang of bank robbers has blown up a nearby ATM. The suspects are heavily armed. SWAT teams have been deployed to engage them. Proceed with caution.
This isn't for you.
Alert. There has been another explosion. Your priority is to rescue the injured engineer and apprehend the remaining suspects.
Heading to the operational area.
On the move.
On the scene. Awaiting instructions.
Ready. Awaiting instructions.
Ready. Understood.
Awaiting will do. Task completed. Ready. Got it. Task completed.
Awaiting instruction. Returning to base. Task completed.
Another explosive charge has been located. One of your teammates' engineers is on their way to defuse it. Alert. The engineer has been intercepted by hostiles and requires immediate reinforcements. Dispatch police officers to neutralize the suspects and regain control of the situation.
On the move. Arrived at destination.
Awaiting instructions. Understood. Listen. Got it. Entering danger zone. I'm under attack. Awaiting instructions.
Ready.
Task completed. Listening.
Awaiting instruction. Returning.
Ready. Vehicle on the move.
Attention. Man down. Deploy a paramedic immediately to rescue the engineer.
On the scene. On the scene. Unable to comply.
This isn't your unit.
Heading to operational area. Listening. Recalling crew. Arrived at destination. Ready. Awaiting returning to base. Listening.
Yeah, there is a bomb. We need to disarm it. Yeah.
Heading to
I totally forgot about it. No, let's do it.
Arrived at
Listening.
awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Awaiting instruction. Vehicle on the move. On the scene. On the scene.
Heading to the operational area. On the scene.
Listening. Returning to vehicle.
This isn't your unit.
Listening.
This isn't your unit.
Ready.
Returning to base.
Attention. Man down. Deploy a paramedic immediately to rescue the engineer.
On the move. On the scene.
Listening. Will do.
The game bugged. It happens. That's all.
Entering the danger zone. Ready.
We cannot afford another explosion. Send in a second engineer immediately to ensure the bomb is defused in time.
Heading to operational area.
Waiting instructions. Understood.
Team Spirit Boost activated. All units will experience a temporary increase in work and movement speed.
Will do. Will do. Listening. Returning to vehicle. Using special skill.
Returning to base.
The bomb has been defused.
Task completed.
Congratulations on another successful shift. Your actions have made a decisive impact on this operation. Well
Returning to
done.
base.
Your dedication and skills are truly commendable. Throughout this onboarding process, you have demonstrated yourself as a capable and skilled professional.
This isn't your unit. This isn't your unit. This isn't your unit.
Heading to operational area.
On the move.
On the move. Heading to operational area.
Heading to operation.
Listening. Arrived at destination.
Ready. Arrived at destination. Waiting instructions.
Ready. Understood. On my way. On the move. Listening. Will do. Awaiting Got it. Ready. Awaiting. Vehicle on the move. Arrived at destination. Awaiting instructions. Task completed. Listening.
Ready. Returning to base.
orders received. An emergency has been completed.
Heading to operational area.
On the move. Arrived at destination.
On the move.
Heading.
Ready. Arrived at destination.
Listening.
Listening. Unable to comply.
Ready. Awaiting instructions. On the move.
Task completed. Listening. Returning to vehicle.
Listening. Returning to base. Ready. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions.
Ready. Return.
Listening. Destination confirmed. Arrived at destination.
Ready.
This isn't your unit.
Listening. Moving out. Using special skill. On my way. Using special skill. Awaiting will do. Understood. Using special skill. I'm on the move. Got it. Using will do. Task completed.
New orders received.
Understood. Understood. Task completed.
Awaiting returning to base.
An emergency has been completed.
Awaiting instructions. Will do. On the scene.
Heading to operational area. On the scene. Awaiting instructions.
Listening. Will do. Ready. Listening. Returning to base.
On the move.
Task completed. Task completed.
On the scene.
Task completed.
Can't. Listening.
Task completed.
Returning to base. Awaiting instructions. Returning to base.
This isn't your unit.
On the move. Awaiting instructions. Arrived at destination.
Ready. Monk. Will do. Using special. Got it. Task completed.
New orders received.
Heading to operational area.
Task completed. On the move. On the move.
On the scene. On the scene.
Heading to operational area.
Listening. Awaiting and ready.
Arrived at destination. Ready. On the scene. On the.
Listening.
Awaiting instructions. Listening.
Awaiting instructions.
Awaiting instructions. Returning to base. Ready. Returning to. Returning to base.
Ready. Listening. Destination confirmed. Arrived at destination. On the move. Heading to operational area. On the move. Awaiting instructions. On the scene. On the scene. Ready. Arrived at destination.
An emergency has been completed.
Listening. Awaiting instructions. Ready. I can't do that. Listening. Returning to base. On the move. On.
Ready. Understood. Will do.
Heading to operational area. On the move. Ready. Arrived at destination. On the scene. Awaiting returning to base.
Task completed.
Listening. Returning to base. Heading to operational area. Arrived at destination.
New orders received.
Awaiting instructions. Returning to base.
On the move.
I can't. Heading to operational area.
On the move. On the scene. On the scene.
Arrived at destination. Heading to operational area. On the move.
Awaiting instructions. Understood.
Arrived at destination.
Will do.
Awaiting instructions.
Arrived at destination. Arrived at destination.
Returning to base. Listening.
Ready. I can't do that. Listening. Returning to base.
Ready. Awaiting returning. Listening. Returning to base.
Listening. Task completed. Got it. Returning to base.
On the move. Awaiting instructions. Arrived at destination.
Heading to operational area.
Listening.
On the move. Arrived at destination.
On
Awaiting instructions. On the scene.
on the scene.
Listening.
Listening. Ready. Return.
Ready. Returning to base. Awaiting instructions.
Awaiting. Return.
Listening. Returning to base. On the move. Heading to the operational area. scene. Awaiting instructions. Returning, listening. Returning to base.
An emergency has been completed. An emergency has been completed.